welcome everyone, and this is our first supper club, and we're delighted to have you all here. The purpose of the supper club really is to try and educate everyone on what it can be like to enjoy a healthy meal with friends. The WW program is based on 3 different coloured programs depending on your lifestyle, and what we've got on the menus marks out how many points is in each of the food, but it's to illustrate that it's not about just eating in your home and kind of being stuck there or stuck with a range of meals that, you can't enjoy with other people. This is really about being able to get out and socialise. Thank you, Curtis. So I'm delighted to welcome, I guess we should start with ladies first, Vicki and Carol. Thank you for joining us today, and Curtis and Debbie. The reason why we have got mums here, mums are not just really important and they don't just follow Curtis and Vicki around everywhere. The reason is because we've just done some research and it really helped us look at what is the appetite out there for people to lead a healthier lifestyle. And what we saw is that over half the people that we surveyed over 2,000 people, said that they wanted to approach the new year with a healthy lifestyle. And of those half, 2/3 of them said that they were more likely to stick to a healthier lifestyle if they did it with someone else. In lots of ways, not surprising. A lot of us prefer doing things, I certainly do, with other people, whether it's going to the gym, going to a book club, etc. But I think we were interested that the numbers were so high that it was 2/3 of people. So what we wanted to do with our ambassadors was to make sure that, did this resonate, and how important is it that you go on this journey, not just on your own, but you get the support from others. And it's just illustrative today that it's mums, it can be your friends, your family, it can be people you don't know that you might meet at a workshop, or people that you are getting support from online. But we're lucky enough that mums is the partnership that we're focusing on today. So first of all, I'd like to say, Vicki, welcome to the family. You're our newest ambassador. Oh. No, why don't you use mine?
Hello. Thank you very much for having us. I'm very excited to be starting my WW journey and joining the family.
Excellent. We'll be passing it back and forwards. So why don't we start with just trying to understand, Vicki, what your journey is and why you thought that working with WW was right for you?
Over the years, I think all of my adult life, actually, my weight has fluctuated. And I've been really, really slim, and I've been a lot bigger. And in retrospect, I actually wasn't happy either size. And I wasn't happy with the lifestyle I was living. When I was a lot bigger, I didn't feel like I could go the places I wanted to go or wear the clothes I wanted to wear. And when I was a lot smaller, I counted how many blueberries I put on my porridge. I was a boring cow. And I'm 32 now, and there's loads of different things that are becoming really important and really prominent in my life. But the thing that stands out the most is that I want to be happy. I want to be content. I don't want to be told that I can't have carbs or that I can't enjoy a gin and tonic. I don't want a life without Haribos. So for me, WW is perfect. It allows me to enjoy all the things I want to enjoy, and I don't have to cut anything out of my life. The flexibility, the versatility, they all make perfect sense to me. So that is a big reason why. Also, I would like to make my body very happy and very healthy, so it's a nice environment if a baby should ever happen to come along.
I'm just going to borrow yours. Is this one working? No? Okay, we might be... there we go. This one working. Perfect. So, Carol, tell us, what's it like being mum to Vicki, first of all?
We seem to get... It just says be nice, did you hear that? No, I'll say what I want. You know me. It's lovely. We've had our moments, but honestly, we're closer now than I think we've ever been. And we've got a lovely relationship. And this WW journey is just actually come at a lovely time because we're both looking to get fit and healthy. So we can do it together. So it's really nice. But yeah, it's lovely to spend time with her. It's really nice. She lives in London. I live in Newcastle. And we just keep in touch through WhatsApps and whatever. But this has been nice that we've been able to see each other. Yeah.
And I guess what's important for us is that WW, and we used to be called Weight Watchers, hopefully you're all familiar, and we rebranded about a year ago. And the purpose for our rebrand was we felt it became too focused on weight. And weight is always going to be a core part of our proposition. But we knew it had to be about where you were mentally and where your headspace is and what physical activity you were doing. And you cannot achieve any kind of weight loss if you are just not in the right space. So what we've been focused on is trying to build up our content so that we can support people to think through, am I getting enough sleep? Am I stressed? Am I working too hard? Am I happy? And a lot of that content is built into our workshops and into our app, but also about being physically fit. So when you go and do exercise, that exercise counts towards your points that you are given within the WW program. So it's really broadening our offer, so it's not just solely about weight, and it's not about just weight loss. I mean, it's interesting what you're talking about there in terms of your why. You've yo-yo dieted, and, potentially in the future, getting yourself and your body in the right space to have kids, which is really, really important. How do you feel that you can support Carol in terms of making sure that Vicki is in the right space from her head perspective? How important is that for her with the media attention that she's getting and lots of different projects that are going on?
It's really difficult because she's in the media and because she's on social media all the time.
I feel like that was a dig.
A little bit. No, but she gets lots of stick sometimes, don't you? She can't do right for doing wrong. Everybody's saying, oh, you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. Look at her now and whatever. And it's really difficult. But from my point of view, I've just got to be there to tell her that she's always gorgeous, and whatever she does, make the right decisions and the right choices. And we do like to keep each other right, and we do focus on wellness, I think, as well, don't we? Not just food, but we do like to exercise together. We love a hot pod yoga.
That sounds fun.
It's gorgeous. We love hot pod yoga. Well, I
think I did Bikram yoga once. It was a bit odd, but anyway. So welcome both of you. We'll be back in a minute. So Curtis, you've been on board with WW now for just
6 months.
6 months.
6 months now, yes.
So how are you finding it? Talk us through your journey and your why, and how's it going?
So I've lost a stone to date. I have. So it's been going fantastic for me, my WW journey. Haven't wore these trousers in a while, and I'm regretting wearing them because they're actually way too big for me now. So that's incredible, first of all, and that is thanks to WW. Now, the reason I joined was I'd always do these crash course diets. Like, I've always been around dancing, so I've had a lot of pressure to look a certain way, and I've needed to have a certain amount of energy for the style of sport and career that I've chose. And I've had to do these crash course diets to drop weight dramatically. So sometimes I'd lose about 2 stone in a month and a month and a half. And then all of a sudden, I'd be feeling weak. My mental state wouldn't be correct. I wouldn't be able to focus properly. And I just wouldn't be able to perform at the ability that I needed to. And then all of a sudden, I'd crumble and I'd put it all straight back on. And literally I'd just binge and I'd eat whatever, chocolate, pizza. And like some days I'd eat probably about 10,000 calories, just literally putting it all on. So the weight would just go on and off, on and off. And I never felt good or correct. And I've been doing this for 6 months now. And this is what I wanted. Because in the villa, obviously in Love Island, I did get fat shamed coming out. And I wanted to come out. And it came at the perfect time to join you guys because I wanted to change my relationship with food. So I wanted to have a healthy relationship with food. So I could eat sort of whatever I wanted in moderation, and I could do whatever I wanted in moderation. And that's what I've been able to do. So for the past 6 months, I've just literally been eating 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times a day, eating more than I've ever eaten in my entire life. And just the correct stuff, really. And if I want that pizza, you can still have the pizza. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just eating more and more. And it stopped me from thinking about food Because I used to think when like dieting, I used to be thinking, oh, I need to eat, but I can't eat. What should I do? And I'm like, if I don't eat now for another 2 hours, then actually I can eat a little bit then. And it'd be a nightmare. It's an ongoing game, and I can't focus on what I need to focus on. So now I'm eating as much as I want, really, and I'm not thinking about food, and the weight's just slowly, gradually coming off me. I'm playing the long game now. I'm not playing the short game, and it's literally working. A stone's come off me. I want to lose another 7 pounds, and it's happening, so yeah.
That's brilliant. And Debbie, what's it like? How are you going to support your son through this journey?
Well, just listening to Curtis now actually wells me up a little bit. No, it does. Because Kurt's always put the pressure on himself because he's wanted to achieve to the best of his ability. So he is correct. In the field he chose, which was dance, his audience expect him to look a certain way. So he put himself under pressure to look that way. So he did used to try his hardest to eat a little amount so that he could lose weight, so that everyone out there was proud of him, but he wasn't proud of himself at that point. And therefore, when you have a low dip, then there's nothing nicer than 10 packets of crisps, 10 packets of Maltesers, few pizzas, and then he'd be upset, and I'd go to his bedroom and find all the evidence, because he's wanting to say to the world, I don't want to do this. So there was this yo-yoing of eating and not eating. And all I ever used to say to him was, please, please, just eat 3 times a day. But then I wasn't inside Curtis. I could be only there to support him. Jumping to Love Island, he had a great time. Coming out of Love Island, he felt uncomfortable. The best thing that's happened is that he found a family that could make him think slightly differently. And he spoke to me about it, and I encouraged him. And what he seems to have found is he seems to have found a good mental state about food. And if you can make food your friend and put it in perspective and decide where you yourself want to be within your own body weight, what makes you happy, no one else, just you, where you feel good. As Vicki said, not too thin, not too big, exactly where Vicki wants to choose to be, then you become happy and everything becomes easier. And then you can help other people to do it. And then you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And at the moment, I do think Curtis is on the best journey he's ever been. And I do think he is achieving more. And I have never been as proud of him as I am now.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's so lovely. And I think that just is testament to, all of us are going through life with different people around us. And, the support that you can give each other is immense. I mean, I've got 2 children, 18 and 16, and I can see the struggles myself with kids of that age, and the binging that's going on, and the hiding of chocolate wrappers and stuff in drawers, and it's really challenging to know how to address it. And I think my approach is to try and have the right conversations and to try and be open about it, to cook as many healthy meals as we can as a family. It's hard. Kids don't want to eat some of the stuff, but making it more interesting is it definitely helps. In terms of cooking, so I know I spoke to Curtis, you're having a very busy time at the moment, so cooking from scratch is not something you're focused on.
Not the easiest thing for me at the moment, just having to eat on the go in restaurants, but that's the thing, and I can do it with this, because it's getting sandwiches or it's creating your own meals on the go type thing, trays of chicken, pasta pots, this and that, or in restaurants with the 100 chains that are on the app, really.
Yeah, the app's amazing because you can scan things and you can search restaurants. Let's go this side. How are you cooking together? Are you cooking healthy food, or are you doing takeouts? And how does it work with your plan? Are you on a particular colour? I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
I am on the green plan. What plan are you on?
I'm purple.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it would be the same. So mine is, I get about 30 points a day. Well, I get exactly 30 points a day. And within that, there are certain 0-point foods I can have as many as I want of within a day. Bananas, berries, green veg, that sort of thing. So I make sure I have loads of them because it's just all free and fun. But in terms of cooking, I got bitten by the cooking bug last year when I did MasterChef. And I have been swinging me dick about in the kitchen a little bit. I have tried a couple of the recipes off the WW app in particular, and from some of the newer cookbooks, and I've really, really enjoyed them. Favourites so far, I whipped up a chicken cacciatore for my mum's birthday.
That was beautiful.
If I do say so myself, it was quite nice. I've done some brownies. They were dead easy to do. What else did I do? Oh, little egg.
Muffins.
Yeah, egg and chorizo muffins. We had them for breakfast, didn't we? So yeah, I've done loads of recipes so far, and they couldn't be easier. And it's all with ingredients that you've got in your cupboard. And I know that sounds dead stupid, but nothing puts me off quicker than reading a recipe and it's got some obscure, absurd ingredient, and you think, I don't even know where to buy that. So the fact that they're simple, the fact that they're easy, and it's stuff that's already in your cupboards, I've been really enjoying myself. A little bit of a Delia Smith coming out in us.
Great. Well, I'm purple, so I only get 20 points a day. But the amount of free foods that I've got is amazing.
You
So
get more free foods than me.
I do, so it's absolutely great. I'm loving it. But I love the barcodes thing. The scanner is great. I'm forever checking things.
That's really helpful, isn't it? Particularly, Curtis, when you're on the go and you're going into a service station, or you're probably going somewhere classier than that, but when I go into a service station and you're trying to decide you need a sandwich and you've got to work out which one, you can scan the food and you can see whether your egg
That
and
is the biggest thing for me, because most of the time I'm actually in a rush. I'm having to travel fast, so I don't get time to look at everything and find it in the app. So it is literally, like you've just said, the barcode scanner. You know, I grab something quickly, scan it, and it'll come straight up. And I've never actually got something which hasn't come up yet either. So, so actually you've got thousands of things on there. Like, it's so easy, and I'm always in a rush. So it is, pick something up, scan it, off you go. Track it in, easy as that.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it is easy.
Prior to Curtis choosing the plan that you have chosen, Curtis can actually cook. His association with food is that when he does get the chance to do the WW recipe book, I know he'll be in there whipping a few of those menus up.
I was on the purple plan. I'm on the green plan now. I was on the
purple with me.
I'm now green. Yeah, more points. I've got 45 points.
You lucky devil.
I know, yeah. But when I was on the purple plan, it worked well for me because I was actually boxing at the time. So I needed more energy and I needed to eat some more food. And there's a lot of brown carbs, so brown pasta, brown rice, all of this. And that was all 0 points on that plan. So I could literally stock myself up on that, and still it was sticking to my points pretty much. And it was still losing weight as I was going. So they literally, whoever you are, whatever your career is, you can change around, and you can change every single day if needs be. So it's up to you how you want to work it.
Yeah, it's very clever. Okay, because I know you're all starving and want to get on with the main course. But we did want to throw it out there to see if there were any questions from anybody that might want to ask any of our panel here. So don't worry if you haven't got any questions, because the guys will be around to talk. But are there any questions that anybody wanted to ask?
As celebrities with a high profile, do you find that puts extra pressure on you to succeed when you do these things?
I think being more in the public eye, you open yourself up to a lot more situations, positive situations and negative situations, through social media and all of this. Now, I try not to. My coping mechanism is I try not to read, or if I see something negative, I just go straight past it. Because there's no point in letting somebody else determine and control your life. You are your own person, and that's why I'm actually doing this as well, because coming out of the villa, I got asked so many times, so are you doing this to prove everyone wrong? Are you doing this for other people? And I said, no, I don't care about the other people. I'm being selfish. I'm doing this because I want to do this for myself, and that's why I try not to read comments or newspaper articles. But I'd say it does put an extra strain on, but I ignore it all and try and just think of me and be very selfish in that moment in time and do it for me. And that's what works for me.
I sort of forgot the question. Would you? It's about pressure, isn't it? Being in the spotlight. I know myself from being quite candid on social media. Whenever I post something that's incredibly heartfelt and genuine, it always encourages a lot of conversation within the comments. And that I like posting stuff like that. I like to open a dialogue. I like people to feel like they can vent in my comments if they want to, and they can relate. So what I've noticed is actually it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a nurse, if you're a TV presenter, if you're a school teacher, if you're a stay-at-home mum. Women and men feel pressure to look a certain way. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's all these unrealistic images of perfection we're met with on social media, or whether it is the media in general. I don't know, but I do know that everyone feels it. Which is why I kind of always endeavour to be honest on social media, to put not just the best pictures of myself up, but also the hungover ones, or the ones where I'm in the gym and I'm sweating, or I've got no makeup on, because I don't want people to feel the pressure. I want her to feel happy. I want her to feel healthy. I want her to be strong and content and all the rest of it. I don't want her to be in sort of desperate search. Way! I don't want to be in desperate search of a number on a scale. So yeah, no matter what walk of life we're in, we feel the pressure. It's just trying to find ways to alleviate it, I suppose.
Any other questions?
Everyone's starving.
They want this WWA meal. They're
Yeah,
waiting.
he does. All right. Well, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys for joining us tonight, all four of you. It's lovely
Pleasure.
that it is, in this case, mums and sons and mums and daughters, but it could be anyone working together, supporting each other. Let's get on with our main course and our dessert. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.